Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, you know, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth. Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment. The Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, you know, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Thank you for joining me again, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are. So as you can see in the title today, we're going to be talking about this guy called Go Black to Africa. As you can see, that's how he presents himself. But people that are watching me, especially Africans, Gambians, I want you guys to pay close attention to what I'm about to say here. This is not to pick on anyone, but just like he himself put it in his title, he said, we are here to keep facts, right? Isn't that what you said, Mr. Go Wanna Be Black to Africa? That's what you said. And you invited specifically, because your words were directed to Gambians in the Western world, and I am one of those. And the other African brothers and sisters that are watching, pay close attention, because if these people, just look at this, it's a small number, but if these people can come to our own native lands, think about this for a minute. I don't want you to be mesmerized by your emotions. I want you to look at facts as facts. You see the difference between myself and this guy that calls himself a man? The difference is I don't have to tell people that I'm a man, because I'm a real man. Because I'm going to give you the true definition of a man, and then you can tell me if he fits that mold of a man. A man should love and stand by the truth with his soul and might, and defend it at all times. You don't become emotional. You don't find yourself as a stranger in a strange land and insult your host. And Tanzania, you should pay attention to this, because if you have your stranger there, Tanzania, you are this man's host. He is going in front of the internet to insult your other brothers and sisters. What do you think he would do to you tomorrow when you disagree with him? And mind you, go back to Africa, whatever you call yourself. Think about this. Africans did not write letters to you to invite you to Africa. You chose to go to Africa on your own. So therefore, whatever country you travel to, guess what? There are laws. There are laws that people follow. Myself here, look at it. See, you have the American flag behind me. That shows that I have dual citizenship. I'm an American citizen and a Gambian citizen. And, life is all about, taking advantage of what is in front of you. You don't whine and cry when things don't go your way. You don't try to go to places and, change their rules. You find a way to go, to get through. Rules are there for a reason. I would say laws. Rules are meant to be bent. But laws, you have to follow, because that's what everyone follows. But you see, I am going to use your own words here for people to hear what you're saying. And African brothers and sisters that are watching, if they are doing this to us Gambians, coming out here on the internet, World Wide Web, insulting us, showing their true colors, letting us know what their real moral values are, which is none, because he said, let's keep it real, right? This is not all black people, by the way. The people that he is even defending, they are not from the United States. They are from England. So now they want to bring this black connection thing amongst us. Look at how they've destabilized the white man's country. Just think about it. The white man has to go along with stupid laws that they propose, stupid so-called rights. But I have never fixed my mouth to come out here and say, hey, you guys shouldn't be doing this and that. You do you. The American Constitution allows that. They allow you to express yourself. But now, when you leave the United States of America, things are not based in skin color. Things are based in laws. You get that? Laws. What you are talking about is pretty stupid. This is why I said, you are not a man. You are a boy. Because a man will not go and cry in a foreign land about what laws are in place. They follow those laws. I'm following the laws in the United States. That's why I'm having peace and enjoying, the fruits of my labor, which I am entitled to. The pursuit of happiness. There is nowhere on earth or ever in human history that said men shouldn't spread. This earth is here for all of us. And think about it. Even though us Africans did not write letters to you and say, oh, come to Africa, but you're still welcome. But now you're pushing for automatic citizenship and you want our lands. Where did I hear this from before? African people that are watching, you remember where you heard this before? When the colonialists came. Okay? And I'm not saying this is everyone. That's not what I'm saying. There are tons of other people who are from the West, blacks who are tired of the Western world. They relocated to various African countries. They are doing their thing. They are not there causing problems. They are not there insulting the people. The people love them and they love the people back. Yes, those people we have absolutely no problem with. But this new wave of emotional, broken people that are coming in are causing problems. They are not learning the customs of other people. They think you can just open your mouth and start saying whatever you feel like saying to other people without any repercussions. You have to show respect for you to get respect back. People, kick back. Get your popcorns, your drink, whatever. Let me get you a little bit, into this, okay? Let me help you move your body a little bit. All right, thank you, people. That is just to get your body moving. It's morning time. I haven't, had my morning run yet. So therefore, gotta get your blood pumping here. So, I'm gonna bring you back to why we're here today. Like I said, I am responding to the reaction video of Go Black to Africa. So, Mr. Go Black to Africa, this is his second video that he made attacking specifically Gambians. The first time was 8 months ago. I saw the video. There's a saying in the Mandinka language that says, Nimfaloye damfu, nia damfu, ina kanyantale. What does that mean? It means if a donkey kicks you and you kick the donkey back, you and that donkey are on the same level. But if that donkey tries to make that a habit, you have to put the donkey in its place and remind the donkey that, no, I get it, that you are a donkey, right? But I'm a human. I cannot just keep allowing you to kick me whenever you feel like it. So this is what is happening. And I notice they are not doing this to other countries in Africa. You don't hear them say this about, this type of stuff about Nigeria, Ghana. You don't hear them do that. Why not? Or Kenya. It's always Gambia. First time it was at Kati. And this same Go Black to Africa, he steps in to defend Ad Kati's insult. This is why I said he's not a man. Because if a man jumps into a confusion, as he called it, right? You don't just take sides. You look at what is factual. So I've been kicking back, watching what is going on. So you're trying to come up with this camaraderie thing to say it's us, us blacks versus the Africans. Well, that stuff can work in America or whatever Western world you're coming from. But we don't believe in that. You're wasting your time. And you don't go to, a new place and try to impose your will on them. Your enemy is not my enemy. Okay? Your history is not my history. Your experience is not my experience. Vice versa. But if you want to go around, we all can do that, right? Because, you want people to hear about whatever issues you had. We all had issues. We all have issues every day. I'm sure people that are watching me, you know this. Do you want to tell me that you don't have any issues about your history or anything? But that's history. Okay? I am not telling anyone how you should feel about that. I wasn't living back then. I am focused on today. What is going on in my life? If you have your own idea of what African history is or what Africa should be like, that doesn't mean it's going to be that way. You have to respect people for who they are, especially if they open their arms to you. I am going to play Mr. Go Black's video, and I'll cut in between here and there to comment because I'm responding to his reaction video. So bear with me here.
What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy, Go Black to Africa. Oh, what a beautiful day here, y'all. She's out here.
So as you people can see, I wasn't just making fun of him. He does actually do the arm motion thing. So even though I want to keep it light, but we're talking serious here. So I'm not just making up stuff.
Just chilling. And, I just wanted to come out here and just get a nice fresh air. Been ripping and running around today, but it's been a beautiful day. I hope your day is even beautiful, I know it's the beginning of the week, is which we call Sunday, and I hope that each and every one of you all have raised up this morning.
So, Africans that are watching me from Africa, how many Africans you know that can do what he's doing, be able to afford it, just taking in that breeze, right? But is God bless the United States of America, the white man? The white man has to provide that, but he hates the white man, right? We should believe in that.
In good health and good spirit. I hope that each and every one of you all have an opportunity to grow and gain something that you have never grew and gained before. What's up, family? How y'all doing over there? I see Max up in the house here. Hey, what's up, my brother? Hey, Bijou Noir. What's up, my sister? How are you?
That's the Wakandan queen. I'm not surprised that she was present there because she had a meltdown when she found out Wakanda is not a real country. And I'll play that video too another time.
Doing? Yes. Hey, let me get to it because, I don't want to prolong this right here. I'm just going to lay my wisdom and my knowledge and understanding in a matter of what transpired last night.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you caught that. He said he's about to lay his knowledge and wisdom, and it's in public platform. So now you've allowed people to look into your knowledge and wisdom. You've laid it out for the public, and I'm taking the opportunity, since you're directly inviting people like me into this. So that's why I'm responding directly.
When the Gambians, Renee Marcus had a I guess a live stream, I guess, in a discussion that she was hosting was.
You notice he said a name, Renee Marcus. So now Renee is representing every Gambian. He keeps going back and forth, but he started with Renee, but watch how this evolves.
Whether or not expats that are coming to Gambia should get immediate citizenship. Now, y'all know this is your man, not your boy, so I'm not going to jump on any bandwagon. I'm not going to try to take sides on anything. I'm going to tell it like it is, and I'm going to tell you what I think. And, I try to, at my point in time, my age, I'll be 55 here in another month and a half or so.
So he's just let us know that he's about to be 55. He's an old man, getting there. And he said he doesn't hold back. I like that. I do not hold back over here neither.
Just try to share some because I know sometimes, we can get in the way of our own stinking thinking, our opinions, our views of what we believe is the right way of life. And sometimes we forget about others and how we can join and understand. This life, y'all, I'm telling y'all, as I grow older, more and more, I'm realizing some things, and just in my life, hello to everybody coming in, how you doing? I'm gaining some things to understand. Life is not about agreeing and disagreeing. It's about, do you understand? Can you?
Okay. He said life isn't about agreeing or disagreeing. See, when people start talking like that, that means they are developing this superior complex about themselves. Those are words of, imposition, saying, I'm going to impose my will. So when you start saying, I don't have to, it's not about agreeing or disagreeing. That says you see yourself as the person with leverage over an individual or a group of people. Let's keep going.
Understand, right, wrong, or different? Can you understand that person's mentality, their perception, what have you? I had a discussion today, and I'm going to get to the subject of what happened last night on the topic that what happened. But I had a discussion today, and I interviewed a brother. He has a different total mentality, different perspective than I do, I'm for our people, about our people, and I believe that we can do a great thing while others that might be involved that tries to come in sometimes and ridicule, divide, and tear up and all that things there. And there are people out here who believe that, hey, we can join hands across the globe as a one human race and build together as one. Everybody has a different perception, but this is what I shared with him because
He says he says a whole bunch of nothing. If you pay close attention, what he's saying, absolutely nothing. Whole bunch of nothing. He just likes to hear himself talk.
he was sharing just his views on some things and some disagreements that he felt that one, he disagreed with me on some things. I mean, this guy, he sent me an email and we're gonna have to bear with me. I'm gonna stay and deal with this in and out of this so-called connection and stuff like that. Keep in mind, right here, we're thousands of miles away, and signals and stuff ain't all that great here in Tanzania. But sometimes, you gotta sit down and have a cup of coffee with somebody just to try to understand them, and they understand you. I find the problem is that
So you get how he keeps putting emphasis on understanding people, right? But now you are a minority amongst, you find yourself in a sea of people who have this, who can relate with one another. You're supposed to be the one that takes the time and learn and understand those people. But no, because he thinks he's in America, that mindset where 13% of the population can force everybody else to focus on them. That's not how it is outside of America. I know most of you are not going to want to hear this, but this is the truth. I love you. That's why I'm telling you the truth. So that, you don't have these difficulties, outside of America, or when you come in contact with people who are not from America. Instead of assuming people hate you, maybe you should take a look at yourself sometimes. You stand in front of the mirror. The answer is right there. Is it possible it's your attitude? Is it possible your approach is not what, look at other people, how people interact with one another. There's a reason why other people can immigrate from their native lands to other countries and settle in. Because they don't go there with, chip on their shoulder, acting like, they are deserving of the rights there. And the truth of the matter is, you Mr. Go Black, you're going to see how he's going to turn this as if this is he's a representation of every black person. I don't want people to confuse it. That he's not a representation of all of them. But you would even hear himself. He would mention names, but he would want to make that the general view of everybody else.
that sometimes people just want to be heard and want their views and opinions be embraced by other people. And I told him, I said, we all are different, because he was kind of ramming on some of the YouTubers, And I said, bro, let me just share with you this right here. People see things differently. Let me give you an example. It's a proven fact that people see differently with the naked eye. Why? There are some people who are colorblind, and they will argue with you that a color ain't what you see what that color is. And also because, hey, I have stigma in my eyes, things appear to be more round and at the surface of seeing something flat. So we can argue and say, hey, that's curved or that's straight.
So he's not going to get to the point. This is the type of conversations he bring, on these YouTube streets here. So he would take you, in circles, use a whole bunch of words, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. This guy's talking. He said he's got wisdom. This is what he calls wisdom. Putting together a whole bunch of words, but they really don't mean anything.
Or that's flat. Now, you have some people who have other eye problems, or if you want to call it a problem, but have eyes that are made and built differently, who will see something and we can sit around here and argue about what you see. Now, let's talk about hearing. Hearing as well. You can hear differently. Why? Let me stick with the eye thing. Dyslexia. They will see letters backwards. So now you got three different perspectives of way you look at things, and you think everybody's supposed to see things that you supposed the way you supposed to see it. Now the question.
You know, Mr. Go Black, you guys heard that, right? So he should take his own advice. But as we continue, you're going to see when he says, you know, everybody's not going to see things, you know, the same as that's what he's trying to get at here. But what he means is you have to see it my way. You have to see it my way. Because if you don't, that means you are not rational.
Of it is which one is right and which one is wrong. Who is right and who is wrong? Matter of fact, let's talk about the hearing. Now we know that there are different hearing that people may have. Some hear high pitches, low pitches better than others. Some don't hear at all. Some barely hear, and some right there hears too loud. Some people hear things that other people can't hear. And who is to argue and fuss and fight to say that what you hear is not true and what one does hear is not? Let's talk about language, speaking. You can sit here and have an English sentence somebody say, and then all of a sudden, that interpretation of what a person say, you will receive it based upon your understanding of those words and will turn around and go ahead and interpret it and run with it and say, nah, they wrong. So I find at my point in time in life that I try to now get to a place to understand people because I want to get to their thinking. Why do they think that way? And people should do that same way with me too. Now,
That's what I'm doing here today, Mr. Go Black. Oh,
he kind of understood that when we could see that, we see differently, we hear differently, we taste differently, we smell differently. It's just the problem of it is that those people who defined everything based upon what they hear, see, smell, taste, they have put names on it. You taste this, that's called sweet. You taste that, that is salt. You smell this, that is this, that is that, this is this. You see that, that's that color, that's that color. It goes on and on and on. Now, let me get to the subject matter at hand. The Gambian citizens, if you will.
you guys heard it? This is directly to the Gambian citizens, if you will. Let's continue.
Discussion. And it was a pretty good discussion. I'm not going to bash them for having discussion. Hey, it's a discussion. Everybody has a right to have the discussion. And you know what? Renee Marcus decided that she wanted to go ahead and bring this to the forefront. Because apparently there's a problem that people do not agree with expats coming in and wanting to get immediate citizenships. Now, the conversation kind of...
You heard that. He said people have an issue with experts coming and having automatic citizenship. Okay, people, let me ask you here. First of all, right? You are going to a country. They have laws in that country. Think about that. They have laws in that country. But now you want to come in and say, hey, I want you guys to tweak this law and change it for me. A smart individual wouldn't even do that because guess what? You're making yourself a target. Now you're making yourself a target. Now everybody is going to know, okay, these people are the people that got the special law. How do you think the rest of the population are going to feel? How do you think the other Africans, even people from Senegal, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, who have been living in that country for years, right? Even their values, the cultures are much more similar than you coming from the West. Don't forget this. You are a stranger in a strange land. You're a foreigner. I know you hate to hear this, but you're a foreigner there. Okay? So you want them to change the law, but you're not even thinking. You're making yourself a target. People are going to hate you. You are going to stand like a sock, you're going to be standing out. You made yourself a target. You are asking for special privilege. You see how people create enemies for themselves? I can't imagine when I came to the United States and start taking signs, protesting, saying, oh man, you got to give me the citizenship. I don't have to follow the law. But you see, that's the difference. I'm a man, not a boy. I don't have to cry. The laws, like I said, they are there. But a man will find a way. A man would find a way. Rules are made to be broken. I'm not saying you can't break them, but you got to know how to do that. But now, again, I'm going to repeat. You got up on your own. You left your country to another country. And now you're dictating to these people that they have to give you citizenship because you're all the same color. Do you think the people from Senegal and Nigeria and other places that come to Gambia, what color are they? Same color. But it's not about color. I've been saying this. It's not America. It's different.
In different directions when it came to people obtaining land. Then they want to talk about people who have YouTube channels and what they're doing and all that right there. But I'm going to put my little wisdom in on this right here, knowledge and understanding. Everybody has their
Lift every voice. Yeah, let me go through this. I would drop the link afterwards. Just stick around.
right to their pen, like I said. Everybody has a right to their platform to say what the heck they want to say. It is what they do. It is what we do. Now, I'm trying to understand the whole thing. So I'm going to break this down and I'm going to dissect it, all right? Because there were three types of people that was in this conversation. Number one, it was those Gambians who live in the Western world who were
That would be people like me.
on the platform or even in the chat that were sharing their opinion, their view of whether or not the expats should come in and get their citizenships immediately.
See, Gambian citizens are entitled to this opinion. Mind you, this man is not a citizen of the Gambia. But he is attacking Gambian citizens for expressing the right that the Gambian constitution gives them. But he wants to attack Gambian people for that. Okay, you don't have to like what they are saying. You don't have to like the decision. You are telling Gambian people to bastardize their laws. That's what you're saying. You want our country to bastardize our own law for your sake. In the name of what? Blackness? Come on, man.
Two, it was the Gambians that were on the ground, living there in the country, who was giving their view and opinion of whether or not these Americans or these people from the UK or Europe coming from the diaspora should get their citizenships immediately. Then it was those who were on the outside, okay? And that was those people like myself who was out listening.
And by the way, people that are watching, I want you to know there have been people from the West, United States, UK, mostly Jamaicans, that have been living in the Gambia. So I don't want people to think by any means that this is anything directed at those people, because those people are decent human beings. They've been living in that country, some, even 30 years without having any problems. So I don't want people to confuse, my response to this group of people as something towards everybody else. So I'm going to keep playing this.
Also made myself to be known in the chat that I was there listening, and said that I would do a show on this subject matter to even get maybe a more balanced, so we can hear from all. But I decided I would not do that. I'm going to put my chime in, and I'm going to defer that to those who are in Gambia for them to maybe have a platform and have a discussion of whether or not and why they feel that they should have maybe citizenship, whether it's immediate or not. I don't like to have StreamYard's streamlined lives anymore, because a lot of the discussions don't get nowhere and there's no resolution, there's no solution. But in saying that, let me break down these groups. I'm going to start with those that are living in the diaspora. you Gambians that live in the diaspora. Now, I heard a lot that y'all had to say last night, okay? And I know that, some of y'all have different feelings and views about people moving into the country and getting citizenship. Now, I understand when people operate, when they have disagreements and want to engage sometimes in denying people of certain rights that they have, is because
So he said denying people certain rights that they have. That's interesting. Let's keep going.
it stems from fear. But I also
It stems from fear. Oh yeah. So name a country, even America, huge country, powerful, strong military. Why would they be comfortable for a group of people just coming in and demanding automatic citizenship and land? I wonder how, people would feel about that. Imagine someone showing up, even in your neighborhood here in America. Even if they put up a store, you would hate him for that much more if they want to take your house. Don't forget that I live here and I've been living here.
have to be wise enough to also put my feet in their shoes. And that's what I did. I said, I have to now try to get to a place of understanding to see what are they talking about. Now, I'm still sticking with those people there that is in the Western because I have a little salt in my mouth with.
So you notice, right? This same guy says, "Oh, we're all brothers and sisters with the Africans. We have to unite." But I've been asking the question, what are we uniting on? It's a one-sided story. You're coming up with your own ideas of what Africa should be or what you think Africa is. Then you come in contact with real Africans and your thought process and our thought process is not the same. Now you are mad. You're saying, oh, these people are fearful. They are this, they are that. Maybe you should take the time and hear them out instead of, making everything about hate, creating problems where there isn't any problem. Mind you, Mr. Go Black, he's all the way in Tanzania. So now he is pouring gasoline on a situation that's taking place all the way across to West Africa. Lift every voice. Yes, lift every voice. Just give me a second. Let me go through this. It's almost there, and I'll drop the link.
Those people who are in the direct diaspora. Number one, before I get to their response, so that you understand why I am saying what I say. I have a very hard time receiving from people who live in the Western world who left their. I am back. Check my video out when I had a few words to say, when I threw my rant about those who live in the Western world, who has all the input, all the say-so, and claim their allegiance to their country. It's my country. You should not be saying that. You should not be showing that. Y'all should not be doing this in my country. Okay? I have an issue with that.
So he has an issue with Gambian who lives in the Western world, checking him, about the grimy stuff that he says about Gambia. But he is saying, he has a problem with that. So imagine, okay, fine. If somebody starts talking about your neighborhood who isn't from your neighborhood, how would you feel about that? So if you are not living in your neighborhood, for instance, if you're from Ohio and you move to DC, someone is talking about Ohio. So does that mean you no longer, owe no allegiance to Ohio? Is that what this is? That's not how it works. Come on. You said you're speaking with wisdom and knowledge, but you're sounding like you lack both.
Because if you love your country so much and you have an allegiance to your country, why are you not there in your country?
Because we're working and sending the money back. I just answered that for you.
Why are you not there on the ground putting that work in? But I'm confronted with excuses or reasons why many people that are in the Western worlds who might be there by means of working and sending money back. And we're going to get to that.
See, I don't blame Go Black to Africa. You Africans that are coming to watch me, you that stand in front of him giving him those interviews, I get it. You think you're being sincere. This is a racist white man stuck inside of him. Because think about it. Like, there is no reason for this man to say, okay, he's retired. He's in Africa just running around thinking he's interpreting things that he knows nothing about. So when you talk to him, go back and listen how he interprets the things that you say. Because in your mind, you're thinking that, because like when you come to America, for instance, you see people from all over the world, that immigrate to America, because of the opportunities of America. Do you think if America was like, let's say, a deserted place, or even you look at, let's say, Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, you don't see people flocking over there because the opportunities are limited. But when you leave, you get those opportunities. Now you go back, and do what you need to do. You need resources. When Europeans needed resources, guess what? They didn't find it in Europe. They left. They went searching for it around the world, and they found plenty. So if you want to be, a dumb person and think that you should be, stuck in one place, hey, by all means, you do that. But you cannot be mad at people who are smart enough to know, hey, I can go to X place and get what I have to get. That's what life is all about. You can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. And even people that go to Gambia, I have no problem with them. Absolutely no problem. Hey, maybe, they can see things that I can't see. I have no issue with that. But now when you start imposing, your will on us, now I got a problem with that. I would have to respond.
These people here who lived in the Western world, who was from Gambia, they put their 2 cents in, and I put my feet in their shoes to understand. Now, what it took me back to was even the same argument that they had on one side of it was arguments that people were having in the United States against the so-called Hispanics coming into America the illegal way.
But this is not America. This is Gambia. 2 different histories, sizes are different, resources are different. So, false comparison.
And getting more rights than most African Americans were getting, and getting some of these jobs, most of them were.
That's another lie. Look, me being an immigrant, I know, like I've heard black people say this. Oh, TV try to promote that. That's the biggest lie. Do you know how scared an illegal person is in the United States? You're being lied to. They don't have rights. They have to hide. If they get caught, they get deported. Simple and straightforward. What they are perpetrating in the media is not facts. I know people who, who didn't have papers here. Come on now. They have no rights. They would say, the illegals can get benefits. How can you get benefits if you don't have a social security number? How? Let's begin there. You have to have a social security number. And you cannot just walk into America and go to the social security office. Unless you came here the legal way like me, and, walk up there and say, oh, I need a social security number. That's not how it works. So he doesn't know what he's talking about.
under the table jobs or even minuscule paid jobs, but we're coming in, getting benefits, maybe some government assistance and stuff. That the argument of those who are coming in that way, and yet those who are already there, been there, built the country, what have you, whatever they say, and have been contributing to a society, can't even get barely enough rights. So those people have argued about the illegal aliens, as you will. I don't like that word, but this is what some people call it. Not just even the African Americans, but even some of the white folks there and some other nationalities were in an uproar when people are coming in illegally into a country and getting the benefits. And
That's another clue that he's not a man. It's just words. What man gets offended by simple words? It's just words. What meaning are you trying to make out of alien? You're getting offended by words. A man doesn't get offended by words. Simple.
rights that others have worked and have been there for, worked for, and have been there and have not getting as much as benefits that some of these people are getting. Now, this is a little different than what the argument was last night when it came to those Gambians who live in the Western world. They want to go ahead and throw out the fact that they believe that most and all diasporans should go through a vetting process and also should also wait for a while to get citizenship. Now, me putting my foot in their shoes, I totally get it and I understand. And you know what? I've said from the get-go, I believe that nobody should get immediate citizenship coming into a country. No, not at all. Now, what I believe is that, yes, just like even your country, America, or any of these countries right here, it takes time that you.
So you heard him say he agrees that nobody should get automatic citizenship. But why would you make this reaction video? Because those people, that's what they were talking about. But he has something else on his mind, and you're going to hear his mind.
Should come in, at least learn the language, at least understand the laws and its history or whatever it may be, in order to get familiar with the country that you are trying to come into, and then we can talk about giving citizenships. Now, so I don't believe that it should be immediate, but I do believe that it should be whatever the requirement should be. Currently, right now, Gambia, it's 15 years.
Boom. He said it should be what the current legal criteria is, but he's about to cry as usual. See, he's making black people look bad, because people are going to say, oh, wait a minute. So black people, they cry about laws in America, and now they're going to Africa crying. Maybe they are the problem. They go to places and they want people to change the laws. So people should understand, black people, he is misrepresenting you. If you co-sign on this, and agree with this, that means you have the same mindset. You want people to bend the laws for you, and nobody's going to do that. You would always run into problems if you're looking for that. So he said he agrees with everything, but now listen to what he's about to say.
Now, 15 years for what? Hey, that's just their law. I'm not going to argue about the law. That's the politicians that
He's not going to argue, but he's going to.
they put in place. That's the law. But I'm going to say that, hey, there are those like Juliet and her hubby who have did some initiatives trying to decrease that time so that people have their rightful place and contributing to a country that really needs the help as well, and in what people are bringing to that country. Now, how many years should it take?
So, wait a minute. Okay. Let's talk about contribution. You said, if we go by contribution, the white people that are coming there, they contribute way more than Juliet. What, you're going to say Juliet built, one borehole? There's a Gambian politician called Mama Kande. They call him the borehole man. That guy goes from village to village, providing boreholes. This guy builds bridges. So what are you talking about? There are other foreigners there that contribute way more than these people. They have big businesses. They employ people. So we should change the laws and give them citizenship? Yeah, let's hear what Juliet's contribution is besides the YouTube. Let's hear it.
For one, to be able to get citizenship. I don't know. It shouldn't be no daggone 15, 10 years. Maybe 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. I don't know. But
So he said he has no problem with the law, but now he wants the law changed. Do you understand, the madness in this? So this has been the law forever. So now all of a sudden you found yourself in Africa. Nobody called you over there, by the way. You are the one that said, oh, I love Africa. I went there. I fell in love with it. This is where I'm living now. Okay. They gave you residency. If you're going to be living there, I don't see any problem in that. Like, absolutely no issue. Nobody's gonna come and create any problems for you having your permanent residency. I can see if there's gonna be issues, then you could be like, nah, maybe I should push for citizenship. But that's not the case here. In Gambia, if you don't cause any problems, there's no problems. Simple as that. But the reason why even this conversation is taking place, think about it, is they themselves that are bringing it to the forefront here on YouTube. So let's say he said Juliet is working on some stuff, but these people are attacking Gambian people. So how do you think that's going to go over? Think about it. How do you think that's going to go over? It's not going to go well.
you know what? There should be even the Gambians over there in the Western worlds should not just kick out, there shouldn't be no citizenship, but come to a place of saying, you know what, rightfully so, this is what's going on. Now, let me hit on to that next subject, what they were talking about, the Gambians that's in the Western world. Now, they are thinking that, you know what, some expats are coming in and just buying up land, breaking the laws because the law.
He said they are thinking. But you were there listening. Don't tell us what they were thinking. Tell us exactly what they said. So this guy, he didn't even take the time to know the names of the people on the panel, because that's what I would have done, because I'm thorough like that. I'm not just going to sit there and talking off the cuff, or talking from an emotional standpoint, telling yourself that you are a man. He's just being emotional. If he's really genuine, he's a man, he's interested in that, he would have taken down all those people's names and address it from there, from that point. But if you lack wisdom, this is the type of things you would say. Now, instead of focusing on the people who were having the discussion, now he's widened the range to every Gambian. So that's where I come in at.
Says that you can only buy a plot of land only 50 meters by 50 meters, and some are coming in there buying up the land. And why are
the Gambia is a tiny little country, just in case you don't know. So do you think it makes sense for Gambia to just sell their lands to foreigners? I don't care what color they are. Do you think they should be doing that? I don't think they should. But hey, people are free to do whatever they want. It's a free country, just in case you don't know. Just because someone is sitting on YouTube saying something, you think those people are going to go along with it? Hey, if they want to sell their land, it doesn't matter what I say, you say, the president says, they are going to do it. So it's just this empty barrel syndrome idea. If you've got the money, you see the people that actually have the money, they are not on YouTube complaining. You've seen some of the black people that went there. They didn't come online complaining. They went straight and bought their lands. Did you hear them say they were restricted? We didn't hear that. In fact, we saw them, building on their land. The Bag family is over there in Gambia. We see their land. They have large piece of land. We all see it. So that means the Gambian people are very hospitable and welcoming. I mean, come on. Tell me on YouTube, right? YouTube, all the black people that you see in Africa, I think the Bags, hands down, they're the freest. Yes, they don't speak the language, but they're like super integrated. They have huge piece of land. Huge. With no problem. But the ones that somehow they probably don't have the intention to get it, or they don't know how to, they have to make it sound like, oh no, it's the Gambian people. They are hating on us. They don't want to sell land to us. They are complaining. Yes, at one time, the Minister of Land came out and warned the Gambian people about selling land. And black people, somebody came and said, oh, it was against us. No, they want to. See, YouTube makes these people think that they are so huge, like everybody knows them. Nah, it's not even like that. They were talking about the people who were, selling their land to Chinese. So when people hear that, oh, these foreign people, they get big piece of land. No, it's not like they're going there, taking it. It is other people who own those lands. They sell it. You see what I'm saying? I have no say over that. There's no law between a man and his property. Simple and straightforward. So this idea that it is, Gambian people saying this and that, yeah, they have their opinion. They have their opinion, but it's not the final say. It's just an opinion.
Doing such a thing, they need to follow the law. And if they're even going to those people who are selling the land, who are breaking the law, wrong, shameful, this and that. Well, let me just say this right here to you all Gambians who are over in the Western world, who are sitting in your world of comfort zone, that you are throwing mud off of your little mountain onto the people, your people, the Gambian people, like they don't have a right to try to have a pursuit of happiness too.
You understand? This guy, so now his evil is coming out. He's Satan. This guy is the son of Satan. Watch what he said. He said Gambian people are throwing mud off to their own people. No, buddy. I thought the Gambian people were there defending, the position of the Gambians in Gambia. So so now he thinks he's trying to create like a rift. You notice, because the Gambians in Gambia, in his mind, that, oh, this lot of them are poor, which is true. They don't have as much as we do here in America. So you love the people that don't have much, but the ones that have enough, you hate those people. So there's hatred in your heart. You don't. He doesn't feel like anybody should be equal to him. So now he's going to play like a old time white colonialist who comes to Africa and say, oh, I'm saving the Africans. But listen to what he's going to be saying here.
They're sitting on land that ain't doing nothing. They're sitting on land that...
So he's saying Gambian people are sitting on land that's not doing nothing. Are you serious right now? So he's saying Gambian people are just useless. They're sitting there. They're not farming on it. They're not doing anything. Is that what Mr. Go Black to Africa is telling us here? Amazing.
Been sitting there for a long time, and you worried about your land being sold. If you're so concerned about your land being sold, you need to get your tail back to your country, and then you work it. Because
So if you have your land in your country, and so you shouldn't be worried about your land getting sold. If you're worried about it, then you need to return back and work it, or else it should go to somebody else. Is that what I'm hearing, Mr. Go Black? Amazing. But mind you though, Since the same people, they say they are running away from quote-unquote white supremacy, and you're telling Africans, don't migrate to the white man's world, blah, blah, blah. But how are you able to have resources, money, for you to be able to buy that land off of the African, but you're telling the African, don't go to where you got that resource from? How about the African tries and go over there, keep his or her own land, get those resources, go back there and do what they need to do? Maybe that's what you should be advising them. But no, you want citizenship automatically and you want the land. Where did I hear this from before? Oh, I know. Henry Stanley Morton, the man that was sent by King Leopold II and decimated the Congo. Yeah, when he got there, he demanded the land and became a citizen, and even took away citizenship from the Congolese. So, this type of thinking is not based in color only. It's a mindset. And you're going to hear this mindset here today. The thing is, most people, they base things on who they like or who they don't like, and they just hear words. But I am pausing it and breaking it down for you to look at this man's words from a different perspective. Just listen to what he is saying. They want special treatment. They want privilege. This is why they always talk about white privilege. Because deep down, they're the ones that want that privilege. And you're seeing that today.
Tell you something, all right? Let me tell you this right here. There are people, your people, who don't have your little air conditioners and heaters.
Oh, so we don't know that, right? We are very aware. We know that even the electricity there is very unstable. We grew up in that. You don't think we know? We know.
Don't have the water source or don't have the comforts, and you want to go ahead and crap on them because they're selling land because they want to go ahead and have a better life as well. See?
So let me guess. So they're going to sell their land, right? And buy air condition. And where are they going to put that air conditioner again? So a foreigner comes in, you sold your land, and now you're landless in your own country. Does that make sense to you, Mr. Go Black? That doesn't make sense. You might be fooling yourself, my man. You're looking at Gambians, projecting your own thinking onto us. Oh, bro, we're way smarter than you think. We listen to everything you say. Just because people are not responding doesn't mean we didn't hear you. We heard you. But I want you to take the time and listen to this video, to the response, to your own response. This is not to drag you in the mud, but this is to make you become self-aware so that you know your place as a stranger in a strange land and act according to that. Simple.
You want them, see, that's what you call black hate. You want them to still suffer and all that right there. But they see there are people coming in with a means to be able to purchase some land, get that land off their hands. They can have money. They can build their life, maybe get into a higher standard, if you will, or a comfortable place. Because you know what? It's sad that y'all were ridiculing Juliet, the Blacksett family, about what they're doing and selling land and all right there. How many times have you went into the village and dug a borehole, which they have done?
So they dug one borehole. Now all of a sudden that gives them the right to enter the land sales business. Are you serious right now? So again, without you even knowing it, right? You've just complicated the situation and you've drawn a line in the sand. You said, oh, you're here to defend Juliet and the Black family and others. So now we know what is going on. Because you're telling us. We're listening.
To know the work that y'all been doing. See, but you keep talking about, well, $400 million come from the diaspora. We sending money back to our countries. No, 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 no. You're sending money back to your families.
Okay, Mr. Go Black, if we don't send the money to our families, who would we send it to? Who? You said it's not the country. Our families live there. So when that money gets there, when the money circulates, it helps in the economy. What do you mean? Oh, no, it's just to your family. What? We're just gonna just send it and have them box it up and set it on the side of the road? Oh, here, Gambian, any Gambian walking by, you can grab you $5. Is that what you want us to do? Be realistic, man.
That they can have a little food to eat, have a little clothes on their back, and still living in their rusted shacks.
Boom. So, he said Gambians with their little food, living in their rusted shacks. So, now his true color is coming out. Listen, he's going further deep. Listen to this.
Some of y'all have given money where they might have been able to get some houses and maybe be able to move up. But the majority of the people, I was there in Gambia in last year, February. And guess what? Gambia still looks like the way it was when the colonizers left.
So I'm surprised he didn't say it looks like the way it was prehistoric era. So Gambia, let me translate that to you. Okay? Let me translate that to you. He's telling you that we, the Gambian people, we are behind time. We are poor and destitute. So therefore, we need them to come help us. But you see that Gambian sitting in that, rusted shack, that, as you call it, one thing they have is high moral value. They have standards that you definitely lack. Since you think material things and money is what brings you happiness, those people are happier than you. You have way more than they do. At least they have their land. They have a land and a flag to look to. Yeah, could be in my rusted shack, but at least it's my own. You're the one that cried. You said, oh, I'm tired of white supremacy. They're oppressing us. And you ran to the people with rusted shacks? That doesn't make sense. So Gambian people and African people, I want you to pay close attention to this now. Because today is Gambia. Tomorrow is going to be about you Kenyans, Tanzanians, Nigerians. It started with Adkati, right? But this same guy defended Adkati, and he is continuing the tradition. This is how they really feel about you and I. Seriously. He's telling you how he sees you. So you see the true color finally came out. Keep listening.
The bonjour, the so-called cow.
He's about to talk about bonjour. He said bonjour. Yes, he has that savior complex. But yeah, amazing. Hey, he could have done. There's a lot of savings that need to be done here in Black America. But I don't know how he ended up all the way in Africa. But hey, that's just me.
Or what have you? Oh yes, it has not even been touched. I didn't see no new buildings around there. I see it's still old buildings. I had to sit there and piss in daggone holes when I had to go use the restaurants. Take a squat and bend over. They don't even have some places, I'm going to speak of, some places that you don't even have toilets. You still got villagers that are out there walking miles to go get water. What have you done? That $400 million that y'all supposedly are sending back to your country. And then I had to...
So, all this you just heard stemmed from he himself saying he agrees with the Gambian law. So that means he agreed with the panel. But how did he switch it around to say these things thinking that he's insulting the panel. How? You're telling us, why are you acting like you're telling us something we don't know? We know this. We talk about our government all the time, but that doesn't mean we have to give up our land to strangers. We can improve it ourselves. We don't need you. Nobody sent for you. Those rusted shacks and the toilet in the hole, we would hold on to that, then give it up to you. Somehow, isn't it amazing when you watch these videos? These people, they would say, oh, I'm running away from white supremacy. And they don't give you any indication that they are farmers or building anything. But now, all of a sudden, when they get to Africa, everybody is a business expert. Now, all of a sudden, everybody wants to be a farmer. Like, what is going on? So, if Africa, because they like talking about the Chinese and other people, those people come there with their own capital and start their own businesses. They rent places, okay? They hire people. I see no problem in that. They provide a service and the people pay them for it. So if you have an issue with someone's color owning something, why don't you go do better than that person? But you don't have it in you, do you? So that's why you have to do lip service. All talk, no action. The reality is, Gambian people did not send for you. Yes, with all that rusted shack, what you calling it, I think your feelings are hurt because they still don't need your help, despite that. And it's okay. Save that savior complex for another time. Because I've been seeing what you've been doing. You act like, oh, I'm here to help, I'm rebuilding. You go to these orphanages and try to impose your will on them. And the best thing you could change for them is, oh, paint over the white pictures. Boy, you have real hatred for white people. And I can trust a man who has hatred even for one person. Because if you hate one, you hate all. It's just a matter of time for that to come out. You've been pretending like you love Africans. You've been pretending. But look at how you talk about the people that you quote unquote love. Oh yeah, this message is gonna go over so well. The Gambians would open their arm, embrace you. In fact, when you come, they would do it coming to America style. Pouring flowers, dancing, people doing somersault. Because your presence is so needed there. Especially after they hear your description of them. They would love this video. They would love you. Trust me. I'm being sarcastic, you know that, right?
Some of y'all had the nerve to say, why are they always worried about land? Why are they always trying to just come here and buy land? Why can't they put their money together and build factories and build infrastructure, all that? Is that their... Hold up.
Well, okay. You guys said you're there to build businesses, right? The Chinese and Indians, the people of sin, they're not there trying to buy the people's land. We saw them come. They put their money together. They get a big spot, open up a store. They are not there trying, they're not even arguing with anyone. Do you see any Indian or Chinese or white person online, talking about Gambians? No, because they are busy working. People go to places for mission. Like I came to America on a mission and I stuck with that mission. I'm focused on that mission. I'm not here for foolishness. Nah. So if you're migrating to Africa or wherever, you should have a good reason. And you focus on that reason. But you want to attack the natives? of that land? Are you serious right now? But you are a man. Sure, you are a man. A man won't behave this way, but you are behaving this way. People, don't be fooled. Don't just get caught up in thinking, oh, I like this person, and let the words just fly over your head. Pay attention. Pay attention to what he's saying. He's not making sense. Like, how do you even open your mouth and say these things and don't expect a pushback? But I guarantee you, he's gonna feel like, oh, this was wrong. This guy is spreading hate. But that's how a boy acts. A boy would hit you, and you show them how it's done. You hit them back. They cry. They're like, you hit me. You're like, but you hit me first. You're like, but you're stronger. Well, you didn't care that I was much stronger. You went ahead and hit me. And I see this all the time. You're making yourselves look bad. Seriously. Because people are seeing in America, you're complaining. You leave America, you keep complaining. So wherever you go, you keep complaining. Maybe it's not the environment. Maybe it's the individual. Is that a possibility? I think so. I think that's very possible. The man is who carries the garbage. You see, you live with your mind. It lives with you 24/7. It goes with you wherever you go, sleeps with you. So you express that. So just because you are expressing that, that doesn't mean it's reality. I get it. I get it. When you have formulated all these fantasies in your head all these years about Africa, how you are African, how you're pro-black, and then boom, reality hits you in the face. You're like, those people are hateful. No, they are not hateful. Have you ever thought about maybe that's how things are? That's how things are. The world is not all sunshine and butterfly. Hey, sometimes you're going to hit obstacles. Sometimes you're going to get knocked down. But you can't stay down. You got to get up and keep on moving. You don't cry. You don't lay there and cry. I watched that same video, that panel you're talking about. These people were not disparaging anybody. They were just stating facts. You might not like their facts, but don't come here and twist it and start hurling insults at them. I mean, I don't even see it as insults. Let me rephrase that. You're attempting to insult them. What does that say about you? I guarantee you they won't insult you back. I won't insult you back. We know what we know. And we know what the Gambian law says. And the Gambian law is going to take precedence over fantasy. That much I know. I may not know my flowers, but I know Gambians very well.
The diaspora who's coming from the Western world, who's been out of Africa for all their lives and their ancestors, that you want them to come fix up your infrastructure that your elected politicians should be doing?
Boom. So he was talking like they are there to save Africans, to fix it. But the moment he just heard when they say, oh, why don't they put their money together and open up factories, since they say they want to develop and build, right? Now that's translating to, oh, you guys want us to do everything? You guys want us to build the roads? No, they're not asking you for that. Tell us exactly what they said. But you see, a boy would switch things around. Because that's that, I don't even, because if I say that's that feminine energy, that might even be an insult to women. But since he says he's not a boy, that's a boyish behavior. A boy, even boys, a real boy raised by a real man would learn to tell the truth no matter what. They would defend the truth. I'm not saying, like, I don't jump into other people's fight. But if I hear something and I'm going to repeat it, I'm going to repeat it exactly. I'm not going to try to twist it to fit me. But that's what your Mr. Go Black here is doing. He's twisting it to fit his needs. He's trying to change, the opinions of the audience. That's what he's trying to do. I don't see any use in that. Those people were talking about facts, and they mean it. Those people are talking about reality. But you want to make this a YouTube sensation. You don't know that you're hurting, those people there. You don't understand that. The Juliets and the Bags. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're hurting them. But since you're a boy, not a man, you cannot see that.
No. That $400 million that y'all send back that you claim that is supposed to be building a country, it still needs to then get out of the hands of your own personal families and go towards building the country. That is not the responsibility.
So, if Gambians are sending money to their family, they're building stuff, contributing, that's not building the country. Who should the money go to? You see, Mr. Go Black, some of us, we actually do have families, like literally people we're related to. We love them, they love us, we have kinship. So this is why you don't see us traveling around the world looking for, people to love us, looking for false families. That's why we don't do that, because we know who we are. We are content with who we are. So no matter where we go, we're still us. So, yes, if I help my family, the next guy helps his family. The other next guy helps his family. They all live in the same town. Don't you think that's progress? Charity begins at home. It's step by step. You do yours, I do mine. That's how it works. I mean, you're a Christian, right? Because I see you preaching about Christianity. Didn't it say in the Bible that every man, shall carry his own cross? Shouldn't be looking at another man, what they are doing. Only you will have to carry that cross across that line. Nobody else. You can fight, you can cry, you can crawl, but you must carry that cross. Simple and straightforward. That's the only way you would find peace and happiness. I mean, hey, I'm not no Christian scholar, but I get that you know the Bible. Didn't it also say salvation is of the heart? Yes, it did say that. Salvation is of the heart. You should assess your heart, because what you're expressing and what you want us to see you as are not the same. It's not matching. It's not matching. Just a little piece of advice to you, my man. Stand up for what is right. Follow rules, laws. Wherever you go, you will find peace. Trust me. Let's continue.
Of those who are coming in. Now, in saying that, they can also help out in that area, which they are. Why? Because your country should be having at least some taxes on the property that people are buying and all that right there. But don't sit there for 1 minute and sit there in your Western little world, in your little comfort place, expecting your people, Gambians, to sit there in their little rusted huts. Not all of them. Some of them got some nice houses. But
so Gambians are sitting in their rusted huts. So he wants to finesse those rusted huts from them. Is that what I'm hearing? Amazing.
I'm saying for the most part, majority of the people are still living like they lived 200 years ago. And you want them not to sell the land that's been...
People, Gambian people, African people, everyone. I'm not the one saying this. He is the one saying this. Ask yourself, okay, I guarantee you, if this were a white person saying this, what would we say? Yeah, exactly. You would call him a white supremacist, which, there's no such thing as white supremacy, by the way. But they believe in that. They will call the white person racist. Do you hear how this man is describing you, Gambian? Pay attention. And make sure you share these videos. Make sure this reaches all the MPs or some of them. I know they are on social media. Let it reach them so they can hear exactly what is being discussed, so that when they are making these decisions, they know exactly what they are doing.
Sitting there doing nothing. You want them to follow a law that they can only sell so much because...
Boom, there it goes. So he doesn't want them to follow the law of the land. Again, isn't that example of how you want to bastardize a country's law? Seriously? Just imagine. Imagine coming to someone's land, trying to tell them what the law should be. Isn't this the same reason why, we kicked white people out of Africa? Remember? They used to colonize many of our countries, Gambia being one of them. We didn't like it. I wasn't alive back then, but somehow, them ending it in 1965, that told me they didn't like it. We prefer ruling ourselves because it's our land. It might be rusty, might be dusty, whatever, but at least it's ours. You're the one coming. You're the one begging, not the Gambian people. But now, since things are not going your way, you want to hurl insults at Gambian people. This is amazing. No one is going to like any group of people that want to come into your country and bastardize your laws. Common sense should tell you that. Plain and simple. I don't care what your color is. Your color could be the avatar. Nobody likes anyone or a group of people who want to come into your land, your compound, your territory, your home, and bastardize your laws. What do I mean by that? Like Mr. GoBlak here is saying. He said, we want those people to follow the law of the land. Yes, we do. What, you don't want them to follow the law? Hey, do you understand, like in the United States here, to become a citizen, one of the criterias to become a U.S. citizen, you have to agree that you have to follow the laws of this land. That's one of the criterias. You have to sign it. And there are repercussions if you don't. So we should be happy to hear that a stranger, a foreigner, is making video telling our citizens, our fellow citizens, telling us that we are wrong for thinking that people should follow the laws of the country. Amazing, right? Mr. GoBlak, nobody wants to welcome strangers that want to break the law of their land. Where's Yaya Jammeh when you need him? Seriously. Because first of all, this wouldn't this wouldn't have happened. Straight up. I'm just letting you know right now. It wouldn't happen. But let's continue.
You have fear. You have fear people are coming in taking your space. If you are so concerned about your space in your country, then you get there like some of the expats who are coming in there, starting jobs, creating, giving the Gambians jobs.
So, you notice he said the experts are creating jobs. Let's hear how many jobs they've created, because we've seen the Black family with his employees. This is how ignorant some of these people are. They themselves, they film their own behavior and publish it to the world, and then get upset when people describe what they are seeing. Right? Just like he said, he's describing Gambia with rusted shacks. No one's upset, right? We see the bank with their employee, like they said, every now and again they would have one employee here. They always have issues with them. Always. So that's what you call employment? You guys have employed Gambians? Do you know that a lot of those companies in Gambia, they're the big ones, is owned by Gambian people? Those hotels are owned by Gambian people, employing Gambians. Hell, even the Indians, the Chinese are employing way more Gambians than you guys. It's not that many of you there. So, Mr. Go Black to Africa, since you want to talk about employing people, how many people are you employing there? So, let me guess. So, in America or UK, wherever you're coming from, somehow you have no skills to employ people. I mean, I've heard you say you have your own business, but I'm just giving in general. So now all of a sudden, you're in Africa. You are a businessman. You're there employing people. But that's not the reality. Hey, trust me. We've been doing our research and we've been getting news. We heard that you guys are pretty stingy. This is why the people gravitate to the Chinese and white people. Because the white people, let me tell you, the white people are putting more money in the local people's pocket. If you observe, since you guys like being around the beach area, when you're around the beach, you would see most people, they gravitate to the white people. But since most of you have, your mind is sick and twisted, you think, oh, these people are here exploiting the Africans, it's about sex, blah, blah, blah. No, it's because the white people are putting more money in their pockets. Hey, most of them love you guys, but they say you guys do not, give. And those guys, they're on that beach side to make money. What, you think they are just there because they like watching white people? No, they're there to make money. That's why they're there. So if you are just killing them with lip service, they would be talking to you, but when a white person comes, they would leave you right there because you're just, blowing smoke up their ass the whole time. Why would anyone want to waste their time? So there you go. I'm interpreting this for you. I'm not here to mince words. I'm not here to talk about what I don't know. I talk about exactly what I know. Unlike you, who, every little thing is, these people, they hate us. No. Hey, when I came to America, they said, hey, this is the steps you got to take to be a citizen. I didn't cry and say, oh, poor African, you should change the law for me. I was like, is that right? I went straight to work. Guess what? That's why I got the flag behind me. Okay? I didn't look for the laws to be changed for me. I went with it. I paid for it. And by the way, yes, you're going to come and say, I know you probably, this African, flying the American flag. Oh, I'm proud of my American flag. You know why? Because I paid money to be an American. Okay? So, I paid money to be an American. And I respect anything I spend money on. Straight up. because I work hard for my money. Okay? I invested wisely, and now it's benefiting me. The same thing. You know, you would see a Chinese person or Indian go to Africa or African country. They're not going to cry about the citizenship. They're okay with the permanent residence. They would stay there, keep doing their thing. They're making money. 15 years later, boom, they're a citizen. And now you're over here crying over those people. You want us to kick those people out. Those people are investing. They are building nice homes there in Gambia. They are not complaining. They are not killing us with this empty talk. But this, fake thing talking about, oh, these people are victimizing Gambians. Gambians, we are not victims, okay? I'm just letting you know. We are no one's victim. We are strong people. We stand up for ourselves. We don't have that weak mindset where anybody we come in contact with, we see ourselves as victims. No. That's not us. That's not us. So when you keep thinking you can keep kicking Gambians down the road like cans, you invited us to come talk to you, I'm here. This is why he says, you better be careful what you're wishing for, because you might end up getting it now. Let's continue here, people.
To work, you need to get in where you fit in at then. If not, you need to remain quiet and build that country where you live in.
So he's telling you to get in where you fit in your own country, or else just keep quiet and continue building America or England, wherever you are. Yeah, he's making that decision for Gambians. Does that sound arrogant or ignorant? Which one is it? Leave the comment down there. I mean, people, help me out. I don't know which word to go with here. But I know there's some smart people watching me right now in the comment section. Is this arrogance or ignorance? Which one is it? Which one is it?
Western world, by you slaving in their jobs, putting money towards their economy, making them more wealthy, while you are all sitting on your couch with your air conditioner and your heater and your couch, while your folks are still there suffering because they're sitting on land that you don't want them to sell.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the savior. Go black to Africa, but it's go white to Africa. The white liberal mindset. Oh, these poor Africans, look at them. They are suffering. They are poor. While you're sitting there in America in your heater. Oh, yeah. Mr. Go Black, it gets cold where I'm at. I need this heater, It's a need, not a luxury. I'm sure some people in the hot weather, they need both, It's not a luxury, it's a need. You see? But, you wouldn't know that. Because you are looking at what other people have. It's called jealousy. You yourself, you talk about the Bible a lot. I keep referencing that. In this conversation here, your reaction, you've expressed most of the deadly sins that God himself forbade people from. Envy, jealousy, you've expressed those. Greed. Because you could have helped here in America instead of running back there. People are suffering from jealousy, envy, greed, gluttony. A lot of that around here. But no. You want to come to Africa and help the poor Africans. Now we get the point. So if a white person says this, you guys realize if a white person says this guy is going to make a video, and say that white person is racist. Do you understand that? But he thinks it's okay for him to say this. Colonialist in blackface. We are not deceived, my friend. We see you coming miles away. It's not about the color. It's about the spirit. It's about right or wrong. Simple as that. I will not be blinded, or Gambian people will not be blinded by this narration of skin color. Oh, telling us about the boogeyman. Nah. I'm looking dead at you. I'm hearing you. This is not a quote-unquote white supremacist on the hood saying this. This is you talking about Gambian people. Talking about us like we're some destitute people that needs people like you to save them. But I think you're upset because despite all this, the Gambian people are not writing letters to you to save them, to come save them. But I can assure you, there's a lot of them that's written letters to white people. And a lot of those white people, they came through. Let me give you a little stats of the job that most of the white people are doing there. You talk about boreholes. White people have been digging boreholes in villages in Gambia before borehole digging was even cool. Do you understand that? We talk about schools. White person would build an entire school for the village and put borehole in it. There's many of those there. But you want us to hate white people? Are you kidding me? You want us. There's a reason why when the white people come, the African people are drumming and dancing. Because the white people are friendly to them. Okay? Take it how you want. They are friendly to them. These needs that you're talking about, water, boreholes. You said the African people should kiss black people their feet, right? One borehole. Well, the white people have built several. Lots and lots of boreholes. They've built schools. They've built employment places. So if we are going by your own idea, let's just go by that. You say the black seed are doing good. Okay. One borehole versus thousands of borehole. Let's see now who we should be drumming for. Who should have automatic citizenship? Because now you know the color thing is not going to work. Now you want to shift it to merit. That tells me you don't know what you're talking about. You have zero clue. You're talking out of emotion. But today we would get to the bottom of this.
While they had to walk 3 miles for water. So I'm going to defend our brothers and sisters like the Bag family.
Boom. Gambian people, you heard it, right? He is going to defend their brothers and sisters. Listen to the people he's listing as his brothers and sisters against you.
Family, the happy companion, these brothers and sisters who are coming in there, bringing work to the people of Gambia, and you want to get in the way of.
So these people are bringing work to Gambian people, right? So share this video, people. Make sure as many Gambian people as possible see this video and leave the comment. Let me know, to confirm what Mr. Go Black here is saying, if it's true or not. So he said his brothers and sisters. So he's already telling you who are his brothers and sisters. So he only says it to you, African, when they want something from you. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. See, this word brothers and sisters, I don't just say this lightly. Okay? I don't just throw it out there. Because people, these people that say that a lot. In America here, when you come here, you see black people, most black people, they would put emphasis on that. I don't want you to tell me you're my brother and sister. Show me. But if you have to keep repeating it, that tells me it's fake. Okay, I'm gonna drop the link in and here, but I'm gonna continue. Whoever I bring in, you still gotta sit and for us to finish this. All right, I just dropped the link there, so I'm gonna continue here.
Them who have done more work on the ground than any of you all have. Now, I don't know every last one of you all. I don't know what you have done. I'm only speaking to those who know that they have not done no work.
So now he's challenging actual Gambians he's challenging actual Gambians to who's developing Gambia. Do you guys understand how ignorant this man is? Say improve subscribers. See, there we go. So he's over here, talking about they built borehole. Here is iMovement just confirmed it. He said it was subscribers that built it. The donations. So I don't know, I don't know where they come off as. They're pretending like this is their own money. This is crazy.
To hold on to this collective $400 million that come in annually in a year going.
Yeah, this is Africa. Yes, good question. Who actually built it? It was built by Gambians. It was built by Gambians. The same Gambians who are living in that rusty shacks, right? At least they have skills. Yes, it's other people that funded it, but it was built physically by Gambians themselves.
To your countries. When I saw myself personally when I was on the ground, how majority of the people are living. Okay. One last thing for those people out there before I get to the Gambians on the ground, but these Gambians that are on the outside throwing dirt off their little mountaintops on.
So he's trying so hard to make it seem like the Gambians like me in the West, because I wasn't part of that panel. Mr. Black, brought this to my attention because he wanted to make a reaction to all Gambians. And the fact of the matter is, he's trying to switch it to make it seem like, it was, give me 1 second here. All right. Who's that calling in? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the brother in the.
Yeah, just give me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, just hang tight. Let me finish this real quick, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Are you still there? Hello? Oh, sorry. Can you call back again? I think I accidentally clicked you off. So anyways, what I was saying here, let me continue because when I accepted him in, it kind of changed the dynamic. Okay, Guy, go ahead and call in again.
To their own people that don't want them to prosper, don't want them to go ahead and have running water. And
so he's talking about people not having running water and all this stuff, right? That's the job of the government. The government should be doing that. And we talk about the government all the time, you see? But now, indirectly, Mr. Black, you don't know, you're criticizing the government. If you say so, even myself, I will support you. But now, you are attacking citizens of Gambia to show your hatred for Gambian people. Let's just skip it a buck. It is the hatred in you that is showing. First, it started out in America. You hated the white man, and you continue to hate the white man. Didn't I tell you guys earlier that if you hate one, you hate all? He hates the white man, right? But now, who is he hating? His real hatred is showing. If you have hatred in you, it's not just base. It comes out. Okay. What's his name? The guy that called in earlier, sorry, I accidentally clicked you off. Can you call in again? Oh, there he is. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So just hang tight for a second, okay? I'm almost at the end of this video. Just hang tight.
But some of you all just want to just complain. You don't want to find a common ground to how you can make things right. How can we unify? How can we make this better as a whole?
Okay. You've named your brothers and sisters, right? Unify. What are we unifying on? I've been asking this question. So this is totally crazy. So you just finished insulting a whole country, right? And then turn around and say, oh, we should unify. What are we unifying on?
You need to get off your mountaintop, stop throwing mud, and go back to your country. Get out of these Western worlds and go back to your country. But you know what the thing about it is? Only the strong survive. I respect more the Gambians who are still there in the countries who's doing it. Struggling with it, scratching to survive or whatever it is, are stronger than those who sit back and complain. Oh yes, I'm on fire today because you know what? These people who live in these other countries and Western worlds want to keep their people in poverty. Why? Because they don't want nobody else to shine. And they want to ridicule them. They're illegally selling the land to these people coming in. They ought to follow the law. Well, take that up with your politicians. Matter of fact, won't you become a politician? Won't you come in and try to do better? See, because I listen to some of y'all talk. See, it's funny when I travel Africa, right? And I sit and have interviews.
So he wants us to be politicians, right? Don't worry. A lot of us would we would throw our hats in. Don't worry. We will do that. But now he's going to segue. He's going to segue into the Africans he talks to. This is why I'm about to tell you Africans, be careful, because you know how it is, certain things you say about the government. So this guy, he's out there talking to you, but now he's going to throw dirt on you, even though you're having conversation with him. Just listen.
With people, and they get zip lip about their country or their governments. But while y'all abroad, see.
So you see, that's that American privilege talking. That's not reality talking right now. You know, that's that American privilege. So he's telling you as an African, yeah, why don't you go there and stand there against your government, say what you want so they can come there and so the government can come and make you disappear. Sure, they would totally do that. Right? This is why African people, I'm telling you, you're dealing with a very reckless person. In America, you can say whatever about the government. No problem. Do not fall for this guy and his fantasy. Seriously. Because if you follow this guy, you will get hurt. For real. And he is going to get himself hurt. Because I've heard him say, right? He said he was born in Libya. But what he's not telling you, he was on American base, American property. Hey, he's saying that to put in your mind that he is truly an African. But he is not. But if he truly believes this, he's right now in Tanzania. He should go to Libya and see, tell them he's there to claim his citizenship. I can already tell you it's not going to go well.
But when you get back over there, you're all zip-lipping everything. But here's the interesting thing. Why do you always want to give smoke to the people that look like you? Because y'all don't say nothing about them Europeans when they come in and take up all the land, or the Chinamen who come in and take your land. Oh, yes.
You heard what he said? Oh, the European come there, they take up your land. So, name the Europeans that came and take up our land. If, I'm not talking about 1884. I'm talking about present day. Those Europeans you see there with their land, they bought it. Just like you're saying, just like the people you name, the Bags and others, how they bought their land. Yeah, they bought it. They didn't take it. The Chinese, they didn't take it. They bought it. And most of those Chinese actually don't own the land, by the way, in Gambia. They lease it. They're renting those lands. So mostly the Chinese, they don't buy, they lease. Get your facts right. So you say we don't, he's basing it on skin color. This is why I say he is not a man, he's a boy. He's a boy, because how are you going to insult us all of a sudden? You want us to ignore the country's law and base it on skin color. Say, how come you guys don't have smoke for other people? It's not about having smoke. That is your mentality in America. That's your mentality. Saying you got to have smoke for individual. If somebody didn't do anything to you, they are following the law, why have smoke for them? But because you believe in skin color, you want to have skin color privilege? Well, there are Nigerians there, Senegalese. They are all the same skin color. They got to follow the law. Didn't hand them citizenship. So this is dangerous. This skin color thing, all this works in America or UK. It doesn't work on us. I mean, look at it. For example, the Arabs, enslaved more Africans than anyone. They still have blacks there. But do you ever hear those blacks saying anything? Because the Arabs don't play that. It's only white people that allow black people to express themselves. This is why you're hearing it in America. You don't hear it anywhere else. So don't be deceived thinking everywhere else is like America. It's not.
Where's your platform now? Where's your platform when y'all discussions, when you want to talk, let's talk about the Chinese, huh? When they out there polluting the waters there in Gambia, they went up there out fishing from the local fishermen, taking up the fish.
Well, he's behind time. I don't. The Gambians have already taken care of that problem. The Gambians have been, going at the government. They even burned down the Chinese factory there. So these things you are saying, the Gambians did it on their own. They didn't need anybody to come do it for them. Okay?
And everything from the local fishermen who are suffering, who can't compete with the prices of putting them out of business. Let's talk about the Indians. See, when I was there in Gambia, I saw.
Yeah, we would talk about all those people, but we are just not going to be talking about them with you because you are not part of our country. You don't know anything about our country.
Right? How they mistreat the Gambians. Sit there, overlook them over their shoulders in the grocery stores, watching them over the cash registers, talking to them in any kind of way. I almost had to go up against an Indian there, disrespecting one of the Gambians. But see, y'all accept.
But see, the language is vague. See, when your hatred blinds you, man, for real. When you have hate in your heart, it blinds you. So he sees an Indian. So all of a sudden, an Indian and a Gambian person, black, he is going right away in his mind, he's interpreting it that the Indian is the master, the African person is the slave. Instead of, employee and employer. Here in America, that a lot of people are employees. So it's no different than those people working for the Indian. It doesn't matter. The Indian is paying them. Right? I don't know black people to be employers in America. They are mostly employees to white people. Right? That doesn't make them slaves. Let's just keep it real. But now he's saying they disrespect. He's keeping it vague. If something was really happening, he would have described it.
Y'all don't want to say nothing because y'all want to sit back in your Western world and go ahead and just sit there and be all zip lip. But as soon as brothers are coming from the Western world, coming into the land of Gambia or any other country for that matter of fact, y'all want to sit there now and have all the mouth in the world.
So have you noticed, do you know how many, black people from the Western world live in Gambia? It's not a lot of them, but there's way more than the people he is describing. You won't hear about those other people because those people are minding their own business. Those people do not feel entitled. Those people don't feel like, they have to tell the Gambian people what to do. They are there living their lives. They bought their land, doing whatever they're doing. But not Mr. Go Black. He's got plenty to say. Not the Blacksit. They want citizenship. Let's talk about Blacksit. First of all, she has that entitlement mentality. She even talks about, she had the same issues when she lived in England. This is not me talking like I know. This is from what she said herself. She's the type that wants things to go her way. She wants to change the laws her way. And Gambian MPs that are entertaining this is a big mistake. Do not entertain this because it's going to create a future problem. Do not entertain this. You see, the white people are in that mess right now. So do not entertain this.
Oh, they shouldn't be coming here buying the land all right there. But where was your mouth at when these jokers come in here sleeping with your children?
But you see, this is a serious allegation. Serious allegation. So he's saying that people are coming there sleep, So he's accusing Gambians of allowing pedophilia. Listen to, he's going further. Just listen.
Raping the daggone children. Sleeping cause of women trying.
But you see, that doesn't match it. If you look at the FBI stats in America, if you look at it, it says a black American is 8 times more likely to go to prison for raping. Even a child, right? And this is not just stats. I used to work in corrections. I've met plenty of them. So now you're saying Gambian people are selling their children, for sexual purposes. That's not true. If you see that, show me the proof. Show the internet the proof.
It's trying to keep their life afloat and trying to make money, prostituting themselves. Why aren't you back in Gambia marching up in the streets, protesting?
He wants us to march up and down the street. That's for the weak, man. That's our country. We don't need to do that. That's for weak people. We do not march up and down, disturbing the environment. We don't do that. Who are we going to be marching against? It's our own country. If somebody does what you're saying they do, we would just deal with them according to the law. Simple and straightforward. We don't need to march up and down the street. But you don't know what you're talking about. Again, this proves that you are a boy. When a boy doesn't have his way, they start fabricating things, thinking they are hurting, the man. Oh, he sounds like a scorned woman, like a super scorned woman that you dump or divorce. She wants to do everything to hurt you. She's going to lie on you. She's going to come up with everything. That's what he's doing.
what's going on when these other foreigners come in. No, you got platforms that you want to do and
these other foreigners are not causing problems. These other foreigners are not saying the things you're saying. That's why we don't even know they're there. That's how quiet they are. Before even speaking of other foreigners, there are other blacks who from Jamaica, even from America like you, they live over there. You don't hear anything about them. How come? Because they are living their life. They are not causing problems.
complain about, oh, they're coming in buying land, but you say nothing. That's called self-hate. I call
Self-hate. Oh, yeah. If we don't give up our lands to other people, then we hate ourselves. Amazing.
a coward move. It's a coward move. And
No, a coward move is not going to another person's country, crying like a little baby, not following the laws of that land. That's what a coward does. A coward and a beggar goes to another country and cries like a little boy. So how are you going to come to Gambia, people? You're the one begging. You're the one begging to be let in. You're the one begging to be a part of us. Don't forget that. So how does that make us the coward? So you are forcing yourself on us. That even makes one suspicious, not want anything to do with you.
personally tell that young brother, KMB or whatever his name, holler at your man, okay? So we can have a discussion because you know what? You're off tilt.
No. You people that are watching, I want you guys to tell Mr. Go White to Africa to holler at me. Yes, to holler at me. Drop all emotions and come take some of this lecture here. Yeah, don't look for KB. Come looking for me.
Or off tilt. You sound eloquent, you sound like you're educated, but you're too educated for your own good.
Yes, he's too educated for his own good because you are not saying what I want you to say.
You ain't making no sense when it comes to speaking really about the truth of the matter.
What is the truth of the matter?
So before you want to get off of your high horse, I call it the Western world, because you think you're high when you're living over there and want to spit words onto your people.
Again, he's pretending like he's here to help the poor Africans. So you tell me, so this guy wants to present himself as he cares about the people in Gambia more than us, the actual Gambians. Mind you, these are our relatives. This guy is talking about our direct relatives, mind you, and pretending like he is standing up for them, insulting them and pretending like he's standing up for them. Dude, this guy honestly believes that we need him or any other foreigner to come and speak on our behalf to defend the Gambians in Gambia? But because when you lack self-awareness, you don't see these things. You just keep telling yourself, oh, I'm wise and intelligent. But that's not what we see.
As that KMB said, I can make a phone call and I can go ahead and
He's not lying. He actually could.
and tell the people in my own language that they shouldn't be taking this and all that right there. You want to cause an uprising, see? You want to cause a division.
Oh, now he's getting scared. Oh, you want to cause an uprising. You want to cause a division. Oh. Division between who and who? We don't know you.
You want to cause a war against people. See, that's not the first time I've heard people say that. Oh, yeah.
It's not going to be a war. Come on. It's just a couple of you, people that break the law. You probably most likely just get expelled out of the country. It's not a war. Gambia has laws. They don't just go and do vigilante justice. No one's going to attack anybody. You need to stop while you're at it. Come on now. This guy is so dramatic. Oh, you want to start a war? Are you kidding me? No, he said he's going to make a phone call and talk to the people in his language. And now he's getting scared. He's getting scared. I thought he's a tough guy.
Renee Marcus has said that too when it came to R. Kathy. I know, you know what I'm saying? Now, I mean...
Oh, yeah. Art Cathy insulted Gambians. But this guy defended Art Cathy. It tells you, what type of person he is.
Kathy, yo, hey, I never agreed with the woman about how she was bashing the people and all right there.
You agreed with her. You even made a video. And we'll play that video another time.
This should be about respecting one another, coming together as one. Let's build together. But those...
What are we building together? It just keeps using vague words, but what are we building together?
outside who wants to stir up crap and try to create mess, and they are not there in the hustle or in the grind of life, but out there just want to throw mud down on people. Y'all, put your hand to the plow. Blacksit family, keep doing what you doing. Y'all fed people who was caught in the flood. You brought food, you brought rice, you brought blankets.
So, you notice so the YouTubers that donated and these people bought a couple of food and blankets. So they act like they're doing this for the whole of Gambia. They're probably going to like a tiny little spot and put camera on it and pretend. Do you, like, white people are helping like entire villages. So you need to stop trying to bring up what these people are doing. Because I'm telling you, man, the white people, their record looks good. Looks way better. I don't think you want to, make it about that. I mean, if you say you guys are looking for refugee status, we can talk about that. Okay? And refugee status, you have to tell us what type of refugee status you're applying for. And I mean, that would make sense. At least you give it a shot. African people go to Europe and other places. Yeah, we apply. Some of us, I mean, I've never done that, but some of us, yeah, they apply for refugee status. Okay? They don't go there trying to tell the white people to change the law. They just find out the white man is like, yeah, sir, you can't be here. We got to send you back. The African's like, can I apply for refugee status? And white people, how nice they are. They're like, sure. And they stay. And if that's what you're looking for, let us know. Simple.
You brought that. You built boreholes. You brought water to villages and stuff like that.
So now one borehole have gone to boreholes.
In the 2021, people still ain't got running water. Where's that 400?
So he's saying people don't have running water. Sir, people do have running water in Gambia. It's not the whole of the country, but plenty of people do have running water. Okay? So get your facts right. This same place that you're saying people don't have running water, why are you fighting so hard for you guys to go there? Why? It doesn't make any sense.
Dollars going in. All of y'all people in the diaspora who's talking about work you doing, what work are you doing? See, we coming in putting our hand to the plow. We coming.
Yeah, they come in there putting their hand to the plow. Show us which plow. Show us what you've built in Africa, my man. Show us. This is all empty talk. Those Chinese, the Lebanese, the Indians, the white people that you hate so much, and the Gambians you talk about that you hate. Oh yeah, those people are working. Those people are building that country. Simple. This is why nobody's talking about them. And if they talk about them, we talk about the good things they're doing. Did you see how all the good things I've been telling you about what white people have been doing there? Yeah, that's what I've seen. And that's what many have seen. You might not like hearing it, but some have good experience. I mean, am I saying some don't? Hey, but it's rare. It's very rare. So you can do all this dramatic talk back and forth. It doesn't change the facts.
doing work, we're at least on the ground doing the work. While some of you all are only giving it to your personal families, rightfully so, trying to help them, but yet y'all want us to come in and build your infrastructure.
You see, now he's switching it. He said, yeah, you guys give it to your family. He's saying, we want them to come and build. Okay, why wouldn't we want you to build? We don't want you to build our stuff. Build your own stuff there. No one is asking you to build anything for them. But now this is how he's trying to switch this. You know, this is that mama drama trauma syndrome. That's what he's showing. The mama drama trauma syndrome.
And all that there, and factories and all that. Why are they just so concerned about buying land? Why this? Somebody had the nerve to say that, oh, you know, we want to talk about, you know, we haven't been in the wars or whatever it is. Look, we came from out of a war, the War of America. We've come out of the war of discrimination. The people in the UK and in Europe.
Yeah, the war in America. Let's see. Let me tell you his story, how the war he came out of. Air Force, as he himself told us, in America. He served his whole term. And now, at still the young age of 55, he's been retired. You know, receiving his pension, traveling around Africa, Dubai. And this is all paid by the war America he talks about. How many retired African persons you know from an African country retired he's able to get paid and do what he's doing, receiving the same life? Name it. This is only mostly possible in America and other white countries, okay? Let's not even front. Like, I'm not here to play those little games. Mr. Go Black, I know that the white man put you on. They made you shiny. You come on YouTube, the white man's YouTube, you talk greasy about the white man. While in Africa, spending the white man's money. You know, saying a lot of treasonous things. How can you say you serve a country, but the things you say, a man wouldn't do that? When you say you serve for a country, that means you believe in it. So if you don't even believe in the country where you were born and you served, and now they are treating you right like they say, if you don't even believe in them, if you are going to stab them in the back, why should we trust you? If you can do that to them, what about us? But you see, now Gambia is part of his list, his hit list, like the United States is. So don't let this man fool you. America is a wonderful place. It's a great place. You can do anything you want in America. You can be many things you want to be in America. It's all up to you. Even if you want to be broke, you are allowed to be broke. If you want to make it, you are allowed to make it. I mean, I've seen people here, even in America, who think they're unicorns. They dress like unicorns. No one is bothering them. It's their right. So what are you talking about? You came from a war. Show us this war. Tell us about the war.
Coming out of a war of discrimination, coming into Africa, trying to go ahead and fit in. Not everybody's perfect. Yes,
So you guys get it, right? Now you guys understand why I said if he wants refugee status, he could apply, because he said he's coming from a war zone, civil war. Okay? So, Mr. Go Black, the process is contact OAU, that's the African Union, contact them, and they call it attestation. Fill out your attestation form and tell them which war you're running from.
Those who are ignorant, those who come in and start some mess and talk ignorant, yes, we have those. But the majority of the people are law-abiding citizens who are trying to do right. I don't get into the matters of, oh, they are buying land and then they're
All
trying to
right.
sell it and make a mark of selling it to their own people. That's called business. And that's not my business to be in. What are you doing? Now let me get off of you all because I know what you need to have a lot to think about what I just said and chew on that. And let's just see, can you digest it? Or are you going to be quick to be in ignorance and continue to keep talking that rhetoric when you ain't did nothing? Now let's talk about the people in Gambia on the ground.
So this guy is just rambling. He's not making sense. Let me bring in the guest that called in. Guest, unmute yourself.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, not a whole lot.
Very,
Isn't it interesting?
very.
Can you
I
hear
know,
me?
man. It's a lot. It's heavy, man. It's really heavy today. Heavy show right now, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to, show up to try to answer some of the questions that you have, man.
Yeah. So you were saying that you have something about Pan-Africanism.
Yes, yes. What I've been doing is, by the way, I'm Brother Jamal, and I have this platform called Lift Every Voice. I don't know if you know the reference.
Oh, I've seen.
Um,
I've seen. I think. Did you comment here before?
I've probably commented. I've been watching your stuff, but I haven't called in or anything. I've just been listening.
Oh,
But
okay.
the only person I've called for is Mr. Uganda. You know who he is?
Yes,
He's on
Mr.
YouTube as
Yeah,
well.
Mr. Uganda. I think he's in the house. Shout out to Mr. Uganda. Let's give him some good sound here. All right, that
And
was a
that's
shout out
really
to
cool,
Mr.
man.
Uganda. Go ahead.
A good platform, and I've been listening to the things that y'all brothers are talking about. I went on his show, basically doing the same thing I'm doing today, which is to clarify what Pan Africanism is. Too much craziness going on in these schools. So, and what I've done is I've basically dedicated myself to studying and looking at all these concepts. And that means literally I'm reading every day. Um, but I'm focused in the area of history and also law. And so I like to just offer, some perspective on some of these things coming from a person who has researched it for many, many years. Now, I'm not saying that I have complete mastery and know everything about it, but I will try to shed some insight as to why our ancestors did or created Pan Africanism.
No,
In other words,
I
I'm trying
mean,
to stand up.
I sorry.
Folk,
So
go ahead, go ahead.
I'm not trying to just cut you off, but I understand like you want to talk about history and the books, right? Since today because I'm looking our time is very limited. I want us have you been listening to the video I was playing?
Yes, and that's the thing. I want to make sure that you understand that this guy does not speak for us. This
Okay.
is why I'm doing this in a little
Yeah, well, I want
roundabout
because
way.
I want you to speak on like today.
Yes, and I have to establish this foundation because I want you to understand our ancestors, the ones that came up with the concept of Pan Africanism, did not share the spirit of this guy right here at all. Okay, this kind of condescending, rude, dismissive, that stuff is not Pan Africanism. I'm sorry. And also, I've been in my own community. And matter of fact, I've been at war, a real war, against the so-called ADOS and the FBA and all that nonsense that's been going on. And, talking trash about the brothers and sisters from the continent. And so I started reaching out. I've spoken to brother Mr. Uganda. I'm going around to other brothers and sisters, and to show that Pan Africanism started off with a solidarity of all of us, wherever we were at. The unity, people are getting it completely misconstrued. When they talk about unity and the originator of these concepts, like W.E.B. Du Bois, Marcus Garvey, the concept of unity did not mean I'm going to your country and take over your country. That was
Yeah,
not it.
well, but you
That's not.
see, the reason why I say about today, right? Because see, we have a completely different history, right? Even me being I'm from Gambia. We have a different history from Kenya. You see, it's not the same thing. Our history is different from Senegal, even though we're like inside. Literally, it's like inside of Senegal. It might be similar, but it's not even the same. So this notion, how people, the way they want to push this, right? They make it seem like every black person, because they see you, they believe that you have to share the same exact experience and the same ideas, just simply that you're black. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, my skin is black, but the truth is, it's like, do you know how I think? Do you know how I was raised? What type of values do I have? And you wouldn't know that just by assuming that, okay, this guy looks like me, so therefore he acts like me. He has to do things like me. Even people are not even, siblings are not even the same. People don't even think, most people, they think differently from their own parents. So imagine complete strangers. So this is why the book version of Pan-Africanism, to me, that is not based in reality. But I'll let you answer some of the things you just heard I said.
Pan-Africanism never meant that there wasn't any differences. The original concept was codified in 1900. Okay, the first Pan-African conference was held in 1900, and I'm going to read to you what it says. It says, this conference is organized by a committee of the African Association for the discussion of the native races question and will be attended and addressed by those African descent from all parts of the British Empire, the United States, America, Abyssinia, which they met, Ethiopia, Liberia, and Haiti. You are cordially invited. Native races, meaning the people who are indigenous,
right,
in those colonial areas. So Pan-Africanism was about coming together and talking about how you can unify in your country, because the beef and the problems and the wars was happening where? Wherever you were at.
Right.
So the concept was about you in Gambia uniting with your people and then fighting against the colonial powers and then getting back your land.
Right.
That's Pan-African. Anything else is just, crazy and people just being dishonest. It was never about necessarily back to Africa, which a lot of people thought it was Garvey that came up with that. That was Martin Delaney. Okay, he went into Africa and he pushed that idea, and it was the people that created Liberia. The people that created Liberia, you know who they were? They were these people out here that were trying to get rid of Negroes.
Yeah, well, Liberia was
Okay?
See, people thought it was just black people that got up and went there. It was owned by the colonization organization. They acquired, they went there, they came up, found that land, and
I don't want to look it up. ACS.
Yeah.
American Colonization Society.
Yes, yeah. They came up with Liberia to take the blacks there. They first started in Sierra Leone, and they didn't. They dropped off some people there, but they continued to Monrovia, the place they call Monrovia today. But you see, a lot of, especially in Mr. Go Black's video. So you've heard him literally the way he's speaking, because okay, you say you're into reading, right? Go read about how the white colonialists used to talk about Africa, and listen to what Mr. Go Black said.
That's the thing. I've spent some years taking time out of all the things I'm doing to make sure that I'm well versed in issues, so that when these issues come up where we have misunderstandings, I can try to show up and have other people too that I've trained, so that they understand the solidarity movement that was created, which was called Pan-Africanism, started in 1492 when these colonial powers decided that they were going to come and take our resources. So it wasn't a club that you joined.
Nope.
Okay? It's only later our ancestors came around and started to codify it and then having conferences. These conferences led to the African Union and ultimately the liberation movement of starting with Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah studied right here in America in an all-black college. He went back to Ghana.
He went to
he
Colombia.
Yes. So
Yeah.
he also went to HBCU. Did you know that?
I know that he went to Colombia from his biography because that's where I have like the problem at, because people are creating their own history like a fantasy that's not real, because African people from the continent do not mix with black people in America like that. When an African comes here, mostly, now it's changing, but mostly black Americans make fun of Africans. Like, I've been in college with people, Africans stick to themselves because the black Americans, they laugh at us. You know that, right? They make fun of Africans. Not me per se, but I would have think Nkrumah being a nerd, they would have been making fun of him.
Yeah, but you're talking about a different time period here.
No, but what I'm saying, Kwame Nkrumah himself, right? For him to start getting into this political ideology more, started that in England. When he left the US, he went to England for more studies. He dropped out. He used to go to this coffee shop, hooked up with some, white communists. Well, I'm just telling you, I read his own book. I have it right here. Like, I can show you.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of the history that hasn't been told. He studied directly under the people that gave him the template for government. The template that you have for all of the 53 recognized countries came from right here in the Americas.
No. You see this? You see this book here? You see this?
But I can prove that.
Okay, but that doesn't make sense, because in the 1900s, right? In the 1900s, black people only had fantasy about Africa. They didn't know anything pretty much about Africa. So African independence.
That's not true.
Okay.
That's not true.
Tell me the proof that they knew about Africa. Where's the proof? I'm talking of not like. Well, how come now? Now, in present day, where we have a lot more information. There's way more black people who don't know about anything about Africa than those who know. Like what happened?
I'll tell you, right now, a lot of our brothers and sisters in this country, they don't read as much. They don't travel as much.
Well, okay? I've been here for a while. That's what I'm telling you. They know nothing about. You see, even like Gambia, this Gambia thing, the internet just started.
Doesn't it start with reading? Doesn't it start as far as getting information? On average,
yeah, but reading is good, right? I get that. But it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
But time for brothers and sisters to read. Did you know that?
Sorry, I missed that.
Think about it. It was illegal for brothers and sisters in this country to read.
Yeah, but not in 1900. By 1900, over 80% of black people in this country could read and write. By 1900, look it up.
But who was able to go to the colleges?
Yeah, but
all of that.
That's my point. Like, yeah, reading, right? You could read, but if you are not in contact, if you're not in contact with what you're reading, you wouldn't know.
Starts with reading, though, right? The information about other brothers and sisters, you got to be able to read and understand their laws, their country, and all of that. And it wasn't a lot of people that had access to information. So I'm going to give you the people that had the access. W.E.B. Du Bois. Okay, he was the only one at that time to have 2 PhD degrees, because they would not allow him to study. But he went to Europe. He got his degree in Germany.
Wait. What did he get his PhD in?
I believe he had a PhD in history, and I
Oh,
also
so
believe he has.
he had one of those degrees, pay high dummy degrees.
No, this was in Germany during the 1900s.
Oh yeah,
This
but
was
if
not
it
a dummy
yeah,
degree.
no, it's called pay high dummy degrees. I've read the things he's written. They don't make
But
sense. It's fantasy.
so PhDs, you got to look him up and not be
Oh no,
disrespectful.
I read about him
Okay.
in college. I have his book too.
Okay, so there you go. So you start with him because he's the one that had all these conferences, which led to the formation of the African Union and all of these other countries, like Nkrumah when he went to Ghana. The template came directly because Du Bois wrote to Woodrow Wilson, who was in office, and he told them you have to allow these people to have their own state.
Do
And
you
he
know?
had the template.
Do you know how?
Huh?
Do you know how Kwame Nkrumah came to power in Ghana?
Well, I'm telling you the background of where he started. Yeah, of course I do.
Okay. So how did how
That,
where was he at when like how did he become like president? Was it by the barrel of the gun or how did it happen?
well, you could say that because the main reason that Ghana and all these other countries were able to start getting their independence and everything is because of World War II. So because of
Well,
World War
what?
II, a lot of the World War II. Okay, so after World War II, a lot of these territories that belonged to the colonial powers that were fighting came basically, up, meaning that they couldn't control these places anymore because of the war and everything. And so, since Du Bois was teaching
My grandfather fought in World War II. My
on
mom's
what side?
on the British side.
Okay, okay, all
Yeah.
right. So they
Yeah,
lost a lot of territory
what?
of Palestine. Of Palestine at the time. Remember?
You're confusing me. You're taking me. Okay, let's talk about present day. Like, I mean, that's all
Okay.
good. That's all good and fine. Let's talk about these people that are going to Africa, right? There's been many black people from America that's moved to various African countries. That's not today. Like they've been living there in peace, no problem. Why do you think this new wave of people, we've been just hearing having tons of problems? They have entitlement issues. They are dismissive, like you said. They are rude, obnoxious, narcissistic, and I mean, you name it, right? They express lots of hate. So what is going on? Like, what's in the water? What's their idea?
You don't have, advanced knowledge of your country. They don't study. They don't know they don't even know who Yahya is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know how Yahya got into trouble with the international community because he had a strong stance against homosexuality. Okay, so I do that. I study this stuff, but people like him that's on the TV, on the YouTube over there, Mr. Black to Africa. That's a random opportunist. We have to be honest about these types of people, and they have them in every country and every culture. That's an opportunist. He saw an opportunity.
But it's not only him. We have Art Kati also, and there are some they might not act exactly like them, but I've seen videos like so literally, right? It's like people are beginning to see like okay, the reputation when America sends their black people to Africa, they send the troublemakers, the people that are exhibiting these behaviors. That's. Do you think that would help with the Pan-Africanism or hurt it?
Many of them that have been kicked out of Africa, a
Yeah.
lot of them were appointed. He was government post over there. They abused their position when they got over there. So this is really an issue of corruption and integrity amongst these people. It's not the population of brothers and sisters in America who have any problem with the people on the continent at all.
Right.
And our history shows that we have solidarity all across the board. So these people are not a representation, and there's not that many of them. I guarantee you that. Most of them, they're able to
No, keep going. Sorry.
have access to certain things.
Sorry. Keep going. We're just. It's too loud for you. Sorry, we were just coming towards the end of the show. But keep going.
Okay, I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah,
But
that's just
what I'm trying to do is,
that's just the time. It set it up like that.
okay, no problem.
Yeah.
What I want to say is this, man. Solidarity between us that we can work on, as opposed to focusing on these negative type of things that these guys are talking about. Now you have every right to respond and speak like the way you did today. But the only thing is, I just see it as, feeding these guys, because they feed off of that. The ADOS movement, the FBA, Tariq Nasheed, all these dudes. I've been going at them. Like, you cannot show our brothers and sisters in Africa this type of attitude and things like that and expect you're gonna get anywhere with it. And they've been hearing my voice and other brothers and sisters here.
Well, I'm glad you are in the trenches. So you said, can you tell the people where they can find you? And myself, maybe we'll invite you so we can have a discussion.
Okay, brother. My channel is called Lift Every Voice.
Lift Every Voice.
Yeah.
You heard it here, people. Thank you for coming in, Mr. Lift the Voice. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of the show. It has been a great show. We'll come back and finish up with you next time. I hope you had a great time. Enjoy the show.
Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth. You have to go back to the roots. Go to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth. Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment. The Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!